Hi, I'm Chef Ange. Welcome to my channel and welcome to my kitchen. On today's episode, I want to show you this amazing and easy sausage and rice stuffing. I've been eating this every single Thanksgiving since I was a kid, and if anything's going to be next to that bird this year on the table, this stuffing is it.
For the full ingredient list and directions to this recipe, check the description box below. And while you're down there, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, hit that notification bell so you can find out when I drop new recipe and tip videos every week. Let's get cooking.
The first step to making this stuffing is getting our rice going. So in a small sauce pot, we're going to put some long grain rice and we're going to add some chicken stock to that. Instead of water, make sure it's extra flavorful, and just a dot of some olive oil. We're going to cover that up and we're going to cook it according to package directions. The next step to making the sausage and rice stuffing is browning some sausage and sauteing some aromatics with it. The aromatics that we're going to use today are going to be an onion, some carrots, some celery, shallots, and garlic. For our big vegetables like the onion, the carrot, and the celery, we're just going to put a small dice on everything. We just cut that onion and the carrot nice and small so everything sautés and softens up together. And we're just taking these and we're prepping them and then throwing them right in a bowl all together because that's how we're going to add them into our sauté pan. Same thing goes with our celery right here. We're going to cut it down into strips and then cut it down into really small pieces. Everything goes right in the same bowl. Same thing goes with our shallot, but we'll probably cut this just a little bit finer. So after we peel this, we're just going to chop it really, really fine so it softens up inside the sauté and just totally disappears and really lends a nice flavor. We're also going to put some mushrooms in there. Here I'm using shiitake mushrooms, but you can use any mushrooms that you like. We're going to slice them, and then we're going to dice them into smaller pieces, and I'll keep chopping them until they're about the same size as those other vegetables. The last of our vegetable aromatics that we're going to have to prep are some garlic cloves, and we're just going to crush these, and then we're going to put a fine mince on them. These are not going to go in the bowl with the other aromatics, but we're going to add these in separately a little bit after, so separate container for those. Now let's prep our sausage. Here we're using a sweet Italian sausage, and these have the casings on them, so I'm going to remove them. But if you can ever find them in the supermarket without the casings, buy that. And then we're going to take the ground meat, and we're going to break it up by hand. I think this is an essential step whenever browning any type of ground meat. It saves you so much time and effort, so you're not working like a crazy person over the stove trying to break it up inside the pan. We're going to add one more thing. We're going to mince up some sage, some rosemary, and thyme. You can use dried stuff, but fresh is always better. The last component for this stuffing is some stovetop stuffing, turkey flavor all the way. We're going to make that with some chicken broth and some butter, just according to the package directions. We're going to get that boiling and the butter melted. This is a really easy product to work with. You just get that boiling, and then you just dump this right in there. You give it a mix. You put the cover on, and you just let it sit for 5 minutes, and the stuffing will absorb the flavor in the butter, and that's a final product right there. So now we're going to take a sauté pan and throw some olive oil in there. We're going to make sure that pan's hot enough. See how that oil's smoking? And then we're going to add our ground sausage. It's not going to need a lot of work because we already broke it up. And we're going to sauté it until it gets a nice brown color on the outside of it. Remember, browning is flavor. We'll take a slotted spoon and we're going to remove the sausage. But we're going to leave the fat that rendered in there and a little of the burnt bits on the bottom. That's extra flavor. We're going to capture that flavor right now by just throwing those aromatics on there. And as they soften up, they're going to release a liquid, and you're going to keep continuing to scrape the bottom of the pan to reclaim that flavor. If the pan looks too dry at any point, you can always add just a touch of olive oil. And we'll keep mixing those around. Once those are softened a little bit, we're going to throw in our mushrooms. Sauté those for a minute or two. Now we're going to add our garlic in. We'll sauté that until it becomes fragrant. I love the smell of garlic right after you cook it. In go the fresh herbs. And again, you can use dried if you have it, but fresh is always better. Now we'll put a heavy splash of some white wine. A little bit of white wine vinegar. And now we'll season with some pepper and a pinch or two of salt. Throw in a tablespoon or two of butter. And now we're coming in with the chicken bouillon paste for that extra flavor upgrade. Mix that all together till the butter melts and that flavor bouillon is incorporated into the sauté. Right now the vegetables should be really nice and tender. We're adding our sausage back in, any drippings that collected too, and we'll give that a nice mix. This smells so good. As this starts to dry up a little bit, we'll splash it up with some chicken stock. We'll let this cook for a minute or two and just put the cover on, retain some moisture. Once that's done cooking, you can always check by tasting a carrot, making sure that's tender enough. And this could use just a touch more pepper because I tasted it and really didn't taste enough pepper, so I added it. And now we're going to take our three components and we're going to mix them together. So first, inside of a big mixing bowl goes our rice. Then the brown sausage with those softened aromatic vegetables and all that flavor. And then the stovetop. And if it got a little clumpy, don't worry about it. You'll just break it up with the wooden spoon as you're mixing it all together. We'll also put some fresh grated Parmesan cheese. Not a lot, just a little bit. And as we fold that in there, it'll totally disappear and add a really nice savory flavor. And now to bring this dish home, we're gonna sprinkle in some fresh chopped parsley. This is one of my favorite parts of cooking, is adding the fresh herb at the end. It really adds a nice pop of color, freshness, and it lets you know that this dish is complete, ready to hit the table. So to get this on the table, this dish deserves a really nice serving tray. So we're gonna take out our holiday best. We're gonna get the stuffing into the serving tray. I'm gonna spread it out nice and neat. Make it nice, make it pretty. It is Thanksgiving. I'm gonna bring it home, just a little bit of some more fresh chopped parsley, and we're ready for the Thanksgiving table.
This smells so good. This is like very nostalgic of like all the Thanksgivings from like my childhood. It smells super delicious and I can't wait to try it. Put this in this bowl. I mean, look how good that looks. Super hearty rice, sausage, that stovetop stuffing, the vegetables. This is so good. For Thanksgiving, I could just eat this all by itself, no turkey. Nobody likes turkey anyway, but this is so good, so delicious. I'm gonna eat this whole bowl. Well, I'm Chef Ange. This is my sausage and rice stuffing. I hope it makes your Thanksgiving table. If you like this video, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you on the next one. Happy Thanksgiving.